Yes, 2-5 is back. Sports Reports is ordered. We got a game tomorrow night to talk about. So, two iconic franchises, the 49ers from San Francisco and the New York football Giants. I go back, Joe Montana versus Phil Simms, Bill Parcells versus George Seifert, Bill Walsh before that. This used to be one of the great games every single year. I remember a 7-3 Monday Night Football game. I remember Lance Taylor coming off the edge and strip sacking Joe Montana, in a playoff game. So these two teams have a lot of history. They haven't played since 2020 when San Francisco pulled off a 36-9, or sorry, 26-9. I think it was 36-9 Sunday Night Football victory over the Giants. So why is tomorrow going to be any different? Well, the Giants are 8th against the pass, so they have that going for them. They play hard. They have a great coach, Brian Daboll in his second year. I think that last year he came out of nowhere and showed everybody that he may have been a little bit of the secret behind Buffalo's success. Mike Kafka, the offensive coordinator as well, hot name in the head coaching circles, so he'll probably have a job sooner than later. There's a couple of problems that the Giants have going into tomorrow night. One, how can it not start with Daniel Jones? Not that Daniel Jones is bad. I'm not going to get into that conversation. Mr. Logical said he was top 10 last year. I laughed. I'm still laughing. But for the purposes of this game, Daniel Jones is 1-10 in prime time. And you don't even have to go that far back to figure out how he looks in prime time, because we saw the Sunday night game week 1 against the Cowboys. Saquon Barkley is injured, out a couple of weeks with an ankle injury. He amounted to 23% of the Giants' total offense as far as yards go, and it still took them 6 quarters to score on the season. They're down 2 offensive linemen. Andrew Thomas is out with a hamstring. Ben Bredesen is out with a concussion. That's their left tackle and left guard, respectively. Going up against the 49ers on the road, home opener. 49ers, by the way, 3rd in total rush yards and 1st in yards per carry. Meanwhile, the Giants here are 26th against the run. Now, it gets tricky because we're only 2 weeks into the season. But all we can do is use the data that we have readily available at this point. I don't think that's any real deviation from last year. San Francisco is the better team. They're at home. But I am interested in the coaching matchup because I think Daboll is going to have the Giants still play tough. So I got it 23-10 San Francisco. The Giants are going to have to stack the box and force Purdy to beat them because he's been struggling with the deep ball. So we'll see if he can fix that, if the Giants can do enough. The Giants don't have the parts on offense right now to put up the fight. Their receivers leave a lot to be desired. And we already talked about Daniel Jones. But I want to know what you think. Are any of you out there bold enough to pick the Giants?